the direction that I was heading in was serving me at that time. It doesn't serve the current version of me. And my frustration with myself a lot of the time is, and I'm trying to talk in codes because because I just feel like y'all should
bucking, yo, bucking, I got a pinnacle blue, bucking.
So, it's a new week. Right now, going to Lois and Steen's for some coffee and some lunch. Hopefully, the kitchen is still open. I don't know. I got up not really late. I got up like 11 o'clock. My staff party was last night, so I didn't get in until like almost like 2 o'clock this morning. So yeah, hopefully the kitchen's open. We're supposed to go tomorrow, but did not feel like making breakfast and need to eat, so let's go. Thank you.
Myself about to get emotional this morning. Save those tears for later.
I'm doing so. I'm doing so. I'm doing so good. So good. I know you hate it, but
God help me today. When I tell you, I fell asleep early last night, like around like 8:30. I woke up at 12. It's currently 4:08, and I have not gone back to sleep. I tried everything. I tried like focusing on sleep. I tried praying. I tried praying. I could not go back to sleep. So at this point, I have to be up. I usually get up at like 4:45, 5 o'clock to go to the gym. So anyway, so I'll just stay up one time. I did my morning pages. Did my morning pages this morning, and I had some pretty good like revelations in that. Like I started writing like maybe about like 3 o'clock, and a lot of stuff was just coming to me. A lot of stuff was coming to me, and I felt like I was just like flowing, like, and everything was making sense, like everything was clicking. Well, first of all, it's like a few days later, since I picked up the camera. Since I picked up my phone to record. I think the last video I did was on the holiday, that Friday, when we went for lunch. And since we up, we might as well get into the Artist Way, week 5. I can't believe we almost halfway through this. But week 5 I'm enjoying so far. I'm really enjoying week 5. Like, week 5 says, recovering a sense of possibility. This week you are being asked to examine your payoffs and remaining stock. You will explore how you curtail your own possibilities by placing limits on the good you can receive. You will examine the cost of settling for appearing good instead of being authentic. You may find yourself thinking about radical changes, no longer ruling out your growth by making others the cause of your constriction. The part about appearing good instead of being authentic, that has been a big thing for me recently. And I'm trying to think how much in detail I want to go when it comes to that. So like how much in detail I want to go when it comes to that part. But one of my realizations right now that, and it's been a struggle for me, within the past, like, a few months, especially, maybe a few years, but just coming to the realization that while I appreciate my journey, I feel like the foundation that I set for myself, like, a few years after coming out of high school, the direction that I was heading in was serving me at that time, and it doesn't serve the current version of me. And my frustration with myself a lot of the time is trying to deconstruct like what I built. And I'm trying to talk in codes because I'm trying to talk in codes here because I just feel like y'all should be able to pick up what I put down. For me, a lot of what I do in my day-to-day, for most of my days, like the most part of my day, is not things that I enjoy doing. Throughout my week, a lot of what I do is things that I feel like I have to do. I don't like that. And I think I do a good job at making it look easy, but I don't really enjoy it. And that is something that I realized growing up. As I got older, I realized that a lot of stuff that I'm doing is because I have to do it, and it's not because I want to do it. And I think I was trained, like, when I was younger or when I came out of high school to, you know, when you get out of high school, you gotta do this. When you get out of high school, you gotta do this. If you want stability, you have to take up this course or study this in college, because don't study that because that market is oversaturated and whatnot. And I do have like some sort of, especially growing up in the Caribbean, I feel like a lot of Bahamians have this thing, like they experience this. And for me, it's just like, that's why this whole thing went like the cost of settling for appearing good instead of being authentic. Right now, I want to be authentic. Right now, I want to do whatever it is that I need to do in order to create the life that I see for myself. And I feel like that creates a lot of frustration for me. It creates a lot of frustration for me because you decide to do this doesn't mean that your current life stops. You still have to fulfill your obligations that, you signed up for while you're working towards what you want to do. And I feel like that's the frustration. The frustration is the in-between. Right now, I feel like I'm in between. I feel like I am kind of like at the ceiling of where I'm at the ceiling of like where I am, and then like getting to the next level of like the person that I see for myself, and I'm like at the ceiling, and I just need to like break through the roof or break through, I don't know, the level, and then get to the next flight, like the next, not flight, but you know what I mean, like get to the next level, almost like a building. It's like a building, and then you climb and you see like, okay, this is as good as it's gonna get right here. And it's like, now I need to just break through the roof and get to that apartment right above right above me. Like that's the analogy that I'm going with. But yeah, so that's my frustration. And this week I experienced a lot of fatigue and a lot of burnout, and I learned a lesson about energy, putting my energy towards things that serve me and make sense. And also I learned a lesson about resting when I need to rest. Last weekend I did a lot of like going out and like partying, hanging out with friends and whatnot, because it was a holiday, so it was like a lot going on, so I did a lot of that. The following day, I mean like that week, I went back to work on Tuesday, and then I was trying to like get right back into beast mode with everything that I wanted to do, and for some reason my body would not let me. Even like doing these, like my body would just, like I was just so frustrated and tired, and I decided to just like, you know what, let me put it down and let me just rest, and then I'll go at it again tomorrow. And that's what I did. I put it down, I rested, and then when I came back to this, the task the next day, I was able to be more present. And then also I wrote a to-do list for the next day. I knocked out everything on my to-do list, so like I felt really accomplished. And I feel like that's what, like, that was a lesson for me. Also, I decided to not go on Instagram that day. So I didn't go on Instagram, I didn't really go on social media. I was only on like WhatsApp talking to family and like my loved ones and whatnot, but I didn't really go on social media and do a bunch of posting and whatnot. And I feel like because I didn't have social media to distract me, I had no choice but to just lock in with what I needed to do. So, so I'm happy about that. I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I gave myself that rest, because I feel like now I'm a little more focused. Well, not today, because I just know I'm going to be sleepy as hell today, but anyway, it is what it is. You can't win all the time. There's a few tasks for this week that I really enjoyed. One of them was, it said, the reason I can't believe in a supportive God is list 5 grievances, God can take it. So I just wrote down like grievances and whatnot that I have with God sometimes, and I feel like it kind of gave me an openness to talk to God more freely and openly, as opposed to trying to have like well-constructed prayers and, you know, like trying to sound like perfect, as opposed to having an actual conversation. So I wrote down my grievances, and I was like, okay, God, this is what I'm frustrated with. I don't like this about my life. I don't like this. I don't like when I do that. You know, I want fixing in this area and this, that, and the third. And so that was that. Another thing that comes up a lot in this, in this week is, I don't know, I feel like, 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 creating image files, and it's basically what I'm getting from it is like a mood board for the life that you want. So, for example, it says like one task says, if I either had faith or money, I would try. List 5 desires. And the next one is list 5 imaginary lives. Another one is if I were 20 with money, and then you list 5 adventures. And another one says if I were 65 with money, and then it says list 5 postponed pleasures that you would do. And so it says to create an image file, just adding stuff to a file, I guess like a folder or whatever, and just basically creating a picture of what you want. So this is going to be a little difficult for me because I'm not trying to come off of social media, but I'm trying not to use social media as much. So I don't know where I'm going to see these images, but I'm going to probably go on Pinterest and look for some and whatnot and just make them. I already started like clippings of YouTube videos and stuff like that, and just creating a file. So I'm going to continue with that. I'm on task 6 now. I have like 4 more to go before I'm done for the week. Another one that I really liked was 10 ways that I'm mean to myself are, and then you're supposed to list like 10 ways that you are mean to yourself, like things that you do that does not serve you, or things that you do that are not good for you and you still do it anyway. Some of mine were like we talked about before, talking myself out of things I want by saying that I'm not ready or good enough, brushing off compliments. I had someone compliment me while I was out, and like when she did, like I really appreciated it, but I noticed she was putting the attention on me, and it made me so uncomfortable, even though I really appreciated it. And I feel like we all do this. Like I really appreciated it, but I kept like throwing it back at her. Like I was like, she was like, you look good. I was like, you look good. She's like, no, you look. I was like, no, you look good. Like I kept like putting it back to her. So like that's something that I want to work on. Like just receiving my flowers when people give them to me, and like embracing the moment, not trying to hurry up and finish it just because I'm uncomfortable with accepting compliments or whatever. So yeah, that was it so far. I figured I might as well like sit down and like go through like my experiences for this week, because it just makes sense, because I was up, and so able to get my day started, able to go to the gym and then go to work. It is what it is. Try to muscle through this day.
I'm doing so. I'm doing so. I'm doing so good. I know you hate it, but
sensational. Yeah. What didn't I do for you, girl? And I know I do for you, love like a riddle. Yeah, give me that groove for the riddle. Oh wow, that's a little. Yeah.
All right, it's a few days later. Please ignore our friend who decided to make a visit today.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit.
Jesus Christ.
Right now, my run club is having a beach party, so I am headed there now, and yeah, it's like 3-something. It's Sunday. Normally I spend my Sundays at home. I love being home on a Sunday, unless there's something going on or whatever, but I don't know. Today we choosing vibes, so let's see what's given.